Am I pregnant? Am I Vladimir?
Pregante? Like, yeah, this is the vibe.
Same vibe.
Hey lovelies.
Hey friends.
Hey Barbies.
I'm Grace.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Jacq.
And we're
The Book Buds. Today we are continuing to read the greatest fan fiction ever written, My Immortal. This is going to be part 2, so spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't watched part 1 of the adventures of Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. Today we're going to read chapter 7 through 13.
I think so.
Yeah, we're gonna try to.
We haven't recorded this in like a couple of months, so I'm hoping they don't remember anything, and so it's gonna be just as chaotic as when I first introduced them to it. We'll see how that goes.
Since like May, I'm pretty sure.
I know.
I remember enough. I remember her name, and I remember that Harry Potter appeared in the last chapter and set up a love triangle.
I remember
Unitio
Cadensis.
Also, the website we used last time no longer exists, so we're using fanfiction.net this time. So through editing, if any of the quotes look like different formatting from the first one, that's why. Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. No, BTW, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 God Vons. Stop flaming or I'll report you. Evony isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect, she's a Satan. She has problems, she's depressed for God's sake.
Let's get on with the story, please.
Draco and I held her pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. Immediately. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Maru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, ... We started
behind the closed door.
We started Frenching passively. What does it even mean?
How does one I guess maybe they just have open mouths up against each other and that's it. No movement. It's just it's very passive.
We started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex.
Wait. Can we talk about the black leather bra? That sounds incredibly uncomfortable.
Really, it sounds hot and sweaty.
That's what I was thinking.
Like chafing.
0 out of 10. No support.
No support.
Oh, Draco! I screamed when getting an orgasm. When all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire.
And quick reminder for our audience, Vampire is Harry Potter's nickname now.
And he's a goth.
He's a gothic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a gothic boy.
I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot! I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway, which is very homophobic now that I'm old enough to understand that. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big
Wait, so he's just running around the Slytherin common room naked?
Wait, can we talk about, he didn't put on his clothes. She got dressed. He stood there naked, didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And even though he had the time, she runs out fully dressed and he's like, okay, now we gotta go.
Now we go.
Yes.
Boys
Draco
brains
ran
all
out
that
even
work.
though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker!
Honestly, call him out, Ebony.
End of chapter 7.
Chapter 8, author's note. Stop
Flashing, okay? If you do, did prep? Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend, Bloody Mary Smith, smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long, waist-length, gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch. But Voldemort killed her mother, and her father eliminated themselves because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger.
What? Where did that come in?
Parentheses. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. End of
No
parentheses.
Satanist in Gryffindor. Absolutely not. Why would she change her name? I don't understand.
Because Hermione Granger died.
The old Hermione can't come to the phone right now. Why?
Because she's dead.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snap demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so was Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard.
Wait.
I screamed.
Did it just change point of view from
Yeah.
Ebony to Draco?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking right. You fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and I started to bust into tears. End of chapter 8.
Wait.
Tears.
So Ebony lost her virility?
Her virility.
But that's... Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me.
Tone switch kills me every time.
I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. Interesting sentence. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then,
How would you find the exact same tree?
then, all of a suddenly, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort!
Like Voldemort in the movie.
No, I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Voldemort fell of his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist. So I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexa eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up?
I'm still stuck on the Crookshanks.
I don't know what that means.
That's a cat.
I know it's the cat, but that's so...
Crookshanks obviously pushed him over, but
No,
she didn't
she
talk
called
about
the
that
cat.
part.
No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you're so R-word look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I can't get over the fact that Voldemort is speaking like old Shakespeare now.
I know, that's why I'm like, what the hell?
I'm like,
Thou must kill.
Did he time travel from like the 1400s? What's going on, babe? I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram, get it, between Joel Madden and Gerard Way.
Is he still naked?
I don't know, it's not made clear in this. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together making out.
What?
End of chapter.
So
they're sucking face as they're walking into Hogwarts.
As they're walking?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna just assume that he's still naked because they did not establish that he was wearing clothes.
Chapter 10, author's note. Stop it, you gay fangs. If you do not lick my story, then fuck off.
I'm not digging the homophobia that's coming through.
No. This is a lot more homophobic than I remember it being.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Especially since she's making it a love triangle and the two of the characters are
Yes.
bi, but she's being homophobic.
P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle, a furt, owl and she vampire, or evil deaths. Why they moved houses, okay?
Continue.
I was really scared that about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo now.
Sorry. How Molly Weasley would not be happy with her son asking to be called Diablo. She would be like Ronald Weasley.
Ronald Weasley!
How dare you? Yeah.
It's Diablo, Mum!
When you said cross, I thought you were gonna say like an upside down cross.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
band
extreme,
comparisons,
what's
that
real?
tracks.
He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably being oofy. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that.
Cross.
Did she really say CROSS? There's no way I'm writing that.
Or a steak, spelled STAEAK.
Yes, absolutely. Serve them a fillet, they're dead.
And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie. Guess what movie this is?
Friday the 13th.
Like The Corpse Bride.
How is the corpse bride depressing?
I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and a tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena. At the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a consorted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came in, the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't
kill Harry.
Yes. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. You were already in tears, Leslie. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind the wall.
He was
lurking
behind. That's fucking so creepy.
No, Jacq, you don't understand. He obviously was on his way to band practice. He got stuck in the back rooms and he escaped the back rooms by going through the wall. That's what happened.
Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking pose a muggle, bitch? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying.
Good. Glad.
We tried.
He's gonna go do the Disney princess thing, running out and throwing yourself on a surface and crying.
We practiced for 1 hour more, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed S by doing the bad thingy on his wrist.
I thought he couldn't die that way. It was established earlier that because he's a vampire, he only dies if you get served a sirloin, but there was also another way.
A CROSS.
Oh, right, a CROSS. Imagine being served like a steak with a little toothpick in it with a cross on it for like a baptism. That would be like double dead. So that cancels it out,
Double
right?
homicide.
Double negative makes a positive, right?
It gives them more life instead of taking it away.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
You could argue the cross is a plus sign. You can't kill me, it's a plus sign.
Chapter 11. Author's note. I said, "Stick flaming up, prebs. See if this shoe is stupid. 1111. It deals with really strict issues. Specifics for yourself if it's stupid. Breathe things to my friend Raven for helping me." No! I screamed. No! Cleo! No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went to my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I did not do something good, and it was messy. Jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to eliminate myself. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandally. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me. He was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating. They were sitting on their broomsticks.
Wait, he was masticating?
And Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew, you fucking pervs! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Mason on it. But suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra!
She was in clothes.
She already got dressed.
Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin. Then he waved his wand, and suddenly... Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." "How do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student." "I may be a Hogwarts student." Hagrid paused angrily. "But I'm also a Satanist." "This cannot be," Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. "You don't have any," I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I fell faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. "Why are you doing this?" Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped, he is singing in the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. "Because you're gothic?" Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was a friend. It meant he was connected with Satan. "Because I love her." "What? Huh? End of chapter 11?
Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop effing, okay? Hagrid is a pedo to a lot of people in American schools. Like that I wanted to address the issue. How do you know Snap isn't Christian, spelled like the name Christian? Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. Oh, that was Cedric, okay?
What?
I don't.
And that wasn't.
There's no.
Cedric has not been mentioned yet.
I was about to do terrible things with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. OMFG, no! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me. And I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. He just took a red marker.
Turned it into a pentagram.
He took like a magic marker.
I just like that he turned it magically into a pentagram and then used regular foundation to cover it up, which is not possible.
Anyway, my scar hurt and it turned back into a lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort had him in bondage. I think they mean bondage, like not BDSM bondage, but just like holding him like tied up, right? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now recovering from the thing that I did earlier with the knife. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to Saint Mango's after they recovered because they were pedophiles and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Wait, it gets better. Dumbledore had constipated the Cydio camera they took of me naked.
The Cydio.
He constipated it. Come on.
Constipated it, Gabby.
I put up my middle finger at that.
It happens. The best of us.
Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. NOB, I need to tell you something, he said in a V-serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, enemy, Hagrid says. Those are not roses. What? Are they goths too, you poser prep? I asked, because I was angry that he had bought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily.
You poser prep.
No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? To it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. Those aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eyes and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cordis. Then he screamed. Petulus Marengo mi cremliki Romacio, for all you cool gothic MCR fans out there. That is a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. Emo Notto Okeo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the F is Draco? Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Anabi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame.
When did Dumbledore get there?
I don't know. To see what is in the flames. Haha, you reviewers flames, get it? You must first find yourself first, okay? I have found myself, okay, you mean old man? Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back to his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. Wait, okay, cute. Real cute look, Ebony. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs, get it, you do too, I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I did bad things because I was totally depressed and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in the bathroom and put shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Rip Hufflepuff. Rip out the Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi, back, I said in an equally said way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpletons! shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker! I started slapping him. Stop trying to screw me, you know I loved Draco. I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Then he started to scream, OMFG! No! My scar hurts! And then, ... his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. Does this sound familiar? Is it the same paragraph I read in the beginning of this chapter? Yes, it is.
Comes full circle.
No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar. Wait, I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me and I always cover it with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has it in bondage. She copy-pasted the earlier section down here. That's nonsense. Well, there's an author's note at the end. Special thanks to Raven, my Gothic's blood sister. What the F, you're supposed to writ dis! ! Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater is? That's just at the bottom of this chapter for some reason.
Do you know where my sweater is?
Anyways, end of chapter 12.
Alrighty, so if you like today's video, be sure to leave a like.
And please make sure to subscribe. We're gonna keep reading.
We're suffering for you.
Are we really suffering though?
No, this is the funniest thing I've ever read.
It's wild. We will keep reading, so please keep tuning in. For spooky season, we are focusing on My Immortal. So
literally the entire month of October, we're gonna be posting My Immortal. I think the only video that we're not gonna do for spooky season is our unboxing.
Comment down below if you read My Immortal in its heyday, if you're excited to see us keep reading it. Let us know what your favorite chapter was, what your favorite character is, and if you want to see us read more of this, and you want to know what happens to Professor McGoggle and the scenario that's happening with Ebony and
Dumbledore.
personally, I'm a
and
Diablo.
Snap and Lupin.
Also, is Draco dead or not? Because it was implied that he's dead, but then they saw a vision of him in bondage with Voldemort. So just comment down below. Let us know who your favorite person is.
Alright. See you guys next time.
Watching.
See y'all for the next
Bye.
couple chapters. Bye.